Item Number SCP-292 Object Class Euclid Special Containment Procedures SCP-292 is to be kept at Site-72, in a guarded room in a locked padded container, set up to avoid movement of or damage to SCP-292. Access to SCP-292 is prohibited without Level 3 authorization. Site personnel must report all incidents of Deja-Vu or related symptoms to Site Administration. Description: SCP-292 is a 60-second brass hourglass, 10 cm tall. When all its sand is at the bottom and SCP-292 is flipped over, only two outcomes have ever been observed. Either the sand runs out normally after 1 minute, or SCP-292 is knocked over on its side. If SCP-292 is knocked over, anomalous properties do not again manifest until all the sand in SCP-292 is in one bulb. At no time has SCP-292 ever been observed to be flipped over a second time within 60 seconds, except when knocked over as above. Any time SCP-292 is upright, and all its sand is in its bottom bulb, and a subject attempts to flip SCP-292 over with the intent to flip it again before all its sand runs out, the subject and people nearby suddenly experience Deja-Vu. The intensity of Deja-Vu is inversely proportional to a person's distance from SCP-292. The subject is often momentarily stunned by the experience. Persons experiencing Deja-Vu from the same event often describe similar recalled experiences. It is believed that, when SCP-292 is flipped over, a process is started in which, if SCP-292 is flipped again before its sands runs out, time flows in reverse to a point a couple of seconds before SCP-292 was initially flipped. This effect is similar in nature to that of SCP-1876, albeit with different psychological effects on those experiencing the phenomenon. Time then flows forward again, as if SCP-292 were never flipped. Deja-Vu would thus be a side effect of this process. Prolonged exposure to SCP-292 can cause nausea, migraines, vertigo, hallucinations, seizures, and symptoms consistent with temporal disjunction, somatic, psychological, or both. More information can be found in Document 292-48K, Theoretical and Observed Symptoms of Temporally Related Afflictions. Addendum 1 Experiment 292-31 Procedure: Subject 03101 was instructed to flip SCP-292 over, and then shoot Subject 03102 to death, and flip SCP-292 back over before it runs out. Results: As Subject-01 reached for SCP-292, both subjects, as well as other personnel in the area, reported feeling Deja-Vu. Subject-01 exhibited elevated levels of adrenaline, while Subject-02 exhibited pronounced apprehension in the presence of Subject-01. Addendum 2 Experiment 292-46 Procedure: Subject 04601 was instructed to flip SCP-292 over, wait 30 seconds, and flip SCP-292 back over. When Deja-Vu was experienced, Subject 04602 was instructed to do the same thing. When Deja-Vu was experienced a second time, Subject 04603 was instructed to do the same thing. Results: As Subject-01 reached for SCP-292, all subjects experienced Deja-Vu as expected. Subject-02 hesitated and was instructed to flip SCP-292. While reaching for SCP-292, Subject-02 fell to his knees, Subject-01 doubled over, and Subject-03 staggered. Subject-03 was instructed to flip SCP-292, and as he reached for SCP-292, all subjects appeared to exhibit temporal shock for 10 to 15 seconds before falling unconscious. IBID. Temporal symptoms subsided within 5 to 7 days, while visual and audio hallucinations persisted for several months more. Addendum 3 Incident 292-04. While preparing for Experiment 292-75, Dr. suddenly clutched SCP-292 to his chest and reported he had just experienced Deja-Vu. Dr. said that he felt like he was about to drop SCP-292, and if he did, something bad would happen. Dr. has hypothesized that Dr. had indeed dropped SCP-292, but instead of breaking, SCP-292 reversed the flow of time until a moment before it was dropped. If SCP-292 does in fact possess such a self-preservation system, the potential consequences: Reclassification to Euclid. Approved. 2000. Until more information on SCP-292's properties can be gathered and analyzed.